Alright guys, finally got this bike sold. It's coming today, pick it up. Put what I sold it in the description, and we'll find another project bike. But it's definitely looking good, running good. Been riding up and down the road a couple times. Definitely got some power. I'd love to keep her, but I got enough stuff going on in my life. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 bikes to care for. So, alright guys, I sold the Kawasaki KFX 400 last night. He came and picked it up about 8 o'clock p.m. Definitely happy with it. He kept eyeing my bike over here. I told him it wasn't for sale, but he was definitely interested. But he said he rode dirt bikes. He was looking for something with 4 wheels. I don't know if, from what I gathered, I didn't know if it was for him or for maybe his girlfriend, wife, or whatever. He said he was at the dealer trying to look at some new Yamahas, and the dealer didn't have anything in stock, and I'm sure those are all sitting on a loading dock somewhere, not getting shipped out. But as soon as they come in, I'm sure they're sold instantly. So there's definitely a new bike shortage in Arizona. So as far as going to buy a new bike, you're out of luck there. So I think that's kind of reflecting the prices these days on these bikes that are used. It's kind of wishy-washy, you know. I think he was kind of new to this industry as far as buying a quad. He wasn't too sure, seemed kind of nervous. He did come with his father. He was probably in his mid-30s, but you know, I reassured him that the bike is sound. It's not, you know, gonna blow up in a week, and you know, as long as he, you know, doesn't poke a hole through the case or something. But you know, as far as the engine goes, it was fine. There's nothing wrong with it. His dad did mention that, you know, he had noticed the other bikes in here that are all clean and, you know, well taken care of. And if you guys are selling bikes, you know, make sure what you got in the background is taken care of. And, you know, nobody wants to see a dirty quad that looks all beat up and ratty, and then, you know, trying to get some good money out of a used bike, because that's just a turn off to anybody when they see something that's not well taken care of. I mean, I bought this one, I paid $2,500 for that one before COVID. I swear the guy used a Q-tip to clean this thing. This thing was spotless when I went and picked it up. He had it up on a stand, and he had other vehicles in the garage. He had a side-by-side and like a dirt bike, I think. And it was basically just you know, twice a year he took it out. He was the second owner on that. He took it out to the dunes. So I definitely got a good score here. I'm sure he's hating himself now, because I mean, he probably could have gotten, you know, 35 plus for it. So the Kawasaki I did post up for 3,500. Bought it for 22. The original seller was asking 28. I did get him down to 22 just because it needed some engine work and some tie rod ends, and you know, the plastics were, I mean, you saw the video, the plastics weren't great. So I mean, the plastics weren't a real concern for me. I knew they would clean up somewhat, and then, you know, the decal kit definitely, you know, helped the issue. But I mean, as far as the engine goes, you know, that was, you know, the high dollar ticket with parts and labor, you know, my labor. So but between the Kawasaki I had and the yellow 250 that I flipped, that was $2,000 for the month. I would say I'd had maybe 4 days into it. So, I mean, it was averaging about $500 a week. If you got the overhead to flip a bike, I would wait till you're off season, you know, to go pick them up. You know, right now I'm in Arizona, so it's starting to cool down. In the wintertime, the fall, winter, and spring are our riding seasons. So, right now I kind of jumped into the market, a little late in the game. That Suzuki that I picked up was the deal of a lifetime. I don't think I'll ever pick that, kind of a deal up again. If I do, it's going to be a long time before that happens. But like I said, I picked a Kawasaki up for 22, sold it for 33. He countered with 32. I bumped him up another $100. So we sold that for 3,300. Seems like the average price just online, well, I mean, like as far as people responding and offering stuff up on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, it's right around the $300 or $3,000 range. So, I mean, if you can buy them cheap enough, 2,000 or less, I mean, 22, you're probably okay there. I mean, it wasn't too much to buy parts for this. I mean, it was mostly labor and it went pretty quick. So, I mean, you do it once, you do it twice. I mean, you probably can bang it out in a day and get rid of that bike. But, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna flip bikes, if you know about dirt bikes, jump in that game too. I know there's money to be made on those. But yeah, definitely watch your seasons. If you're coming into winter, people are more likely to get rid of their bikes because it's just sitting around as opposed to, spring, summer, and fall, in the Midwest or the East Coast. So, yeah, I'm gonna look for another bike. I'm not quite sure what I can find. I did see another Suzuki out there. They were asking 3. Didn't have any dirt tires, just had dune tires front and back. So, I don't know what their price range is, but like when you look at pictures, like I noticed they had like a spark plug sitting out here on one of the pictures, and it kind of, questions it, but then you kind of think to yourself, well, if that spark plug's sitting there, that bike probably doesn't run, so you may be able to get it cheap. So I'll probably give it another week here and hit that person up and see if they're looking to get rid of it and if I can get a good deal on it. If not, I'll just wait, maybe to, summertime again, take some time off doing it and, keep my eyes open, see what I can find out there. But, yeah, we'll see what we can find and we'll get another video posted. Probably be starting a ride here soon. It's still a little warm during the day, but it's getting cooler at night. So when the temperatures drop at night, it just means, fall time's right around the corner. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll get some more videos up.